Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is a join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate.
Well, a number of developments have taken place the past couple of hours with regard to the court case of the late President Edgar Lungu. So too many moving pieces the past couple of hours. It's like news has been on pause for a while, and then everything has just been offloaded today. As you may be aware, the court case was in the Constitutional Court of South Africa, and ideally it was supposed to follow the process of going through the Supreme Court, then the Constitutional Court. But according to the new lawyer that they had brought in, the court case was taken to the Constitutional Court, and the Constitutional Court, as of today, unannounced, decided to put up the verdict of that appeal case. And this is what the broadcast is about. As I told you in the morning, to say I was going to give you details by the end of the day, and now I have all the details based of what happened earlier on today. So the first statement that hit the airwaves was a statement that was issued by the sitting president, President Hakainde Hichilema, in which an extract has been taken from him where he was saying, "I do not like Embassy Park, but I have no choice but to buy all presidents there, Hakainde Hichilema." So in one of the statements where he was engaging with the vice president of Zimbabwe, who was back in the country, Zimbabwe has been trying to negotiate for a win-win situation between the Zambian government and the Lungu family. It seems like the Lungu family has got a good rapport with the government in Zimbabwe, and it seems like they are acting as a go between the Zambian government and the Edgar Lungu government. So this is a statement that is attributed to President Hakainde Hichilema, where he stated before even the verdict from the Constitutional Court was announced, where President Hakainde Hichilema stated to say, government sends team to hold talks with Lungu family. So this is an announcement that came from the head of state, simply stating to say the talks between Edgar Lungu's family and the Zambian government have resumed officially. Official channels of communication have resumed, and they are trying to find an amicable solution to the situation, the impasse that they've been on for the past couple of months now. So part of that statement, as he was engaging the Zimbabwean government, that's where President Hakainde says President Hichilema has shared that he does not like Embassy Park, but he has no choice but to obey the law of Zambia, and every president must be buried there. The head of state shared this with the Zimbabwean second vice president, Kembo Mohadi, in an order to put context to the current impasse surrounding the burial of his predecessor, that's Edgar Lungu. We have a tradition here, referring to Zambia, a legal one as well, established by the people of Zambia through the different pieces of registration, but also the practice of the presidents, whether we like it or not. Those of us who sit here, referring to the presidency, get to be buried at Embassy Park. All the 5 presidents before my predecessor, that's Edgar Lungu, are lying there. And we hope that we can continue the tradition, the decision made by the people of Zambia. If you ask me personally, that's President Hakainde Hichilema, if you ask me personally, I do not like that place. I do not like it. But there is a limit of choice that we have once we make a decision to occupy this office, he explained. So that's President Hakainde Hichilema saying in his personal choice, he does not like Embassy Park, but because of his decision to run for president, and now that he occupies that office, there is a tradition to be followed, and that's what the Zambian government is trying to preserve through this legal battle that they're having with the Lungu family in South Africa. Obviously, that's the immediate elder sister of the late President Edgar Lungu in South Africa, who's like the final authority next to Esther Lungu, the wife to former Edgar Lungu there. And according to Kalemba, I'm African who does not believe in witchcraft. I want to tell people to reduce on this and embrace the use of vaccines. That's President Hichilema. So he doubles down where he's saying he does not believe in witchcraft. That's President Hakainde Hichilema. What is an engagement between the Lungu family and the Brazilian government continues, and that is the verdict that came from the Constitutional Court. So the Constitutional Court of South Africa simply threw out the appeal by the Lungu family to have their court case heard by the Constitutional Court. And some of the details in that hearing, those are the ones that are published there. The verdict of today, so meaning the court case either goes back to Supreme Court for hearing, or maybe by then the family and the government of Zambia might come to a conclusion. But some of the highlights highlighted by Emmanuel Mwamba with regard to the ruling by the Constitutional Court. So Emmanuel Mwamba says, it means the what does it mean? What does the ruling of the Constitutional Court mean? It means the Constitutional Court of South Africa, as the highest court, has closed the shortcut that the applicant was trying to take. So referring to the decision by the Lungu's lawyer to use the Constitutional Court saying that's a shortcut, the applicant case has been stopped at the first hurdle and must now follow the normal longer path through the systems, the court system. Detailed explanation. So the direct appeal, that's they requested the direct appeal they requested. That's the Lungu family. Normally, a case travels up through the court hierarchy. That's the High Court first, and then the Supreme Court of Appeal. Then it goes into the Constitutional Court. But the Lungu family skipped the skipped the Supreme Court and went direct to the Constitutional Court. There's a pathway to do that, and that's what's referred to as a direct appeal, a leapfrog appeal, as he tags it there. So they requested to skip the Supreme Court of Appeal entirely and go straight to the highest court of the Constitutional Court. From the highest court to the Constitutional Court, this is very true. Why the Constitutional Court refused? The Constitutional Court of South Africa only allows a direct appeal under exceptional circumstances. The applicant must prove that it is in the interest of justice to hear the matter directly. The case rises of novel and importance point of law, general public importance, and only the Constitutional Court can resolve. There is a reasonable prospect of success and merit on the appeal. So simply saying that's the route that the Lungu family wanted to use. They wanted to use a Constitutional Court directly, as opposed to go through the process of going through the Supreme Court. But now the Constitutional Court has simply thrown out that case and brought them back to the Supreme Court if they wish to proceed with the court case. But from the engagement that is coming from the Zambian government and the Lungu family, it seems like the resolution might be reached before they have to appear before the Supreme Court. So that's according to Emmanuel Mwamba's explanation there. And so the normal procedure, if this court case proceeds, meaning it's going back to the Supreme Court and they'll fight it out in the Supreme Court. And if they lose there again, they've got the option again to appeal to the Constitutional Court. But based off these agreements, these conversations that have started between the government, as confirmed by the Secretary to the Cabinet and posted by the Ministry of Information and Media, says the immediate release update by the Secretary to the Cabinet. The government of the Republic of Zambia has taken note of the Constitutional Court of South Africa's ruling concerning the burial of 6th President Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. On behalf of the government, we want to thank the court of its timely consideration of this matter. While the government respects the court's decision and remains committed to working with Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu's family to reach an agreement that takes into consideration their wishes and interests, but taking into account the rights of government. Our position is unchanged. The late president deserves a dignified funeral in keeping with the statute of his office, the stature of his office. We want to thank the citizens for their understanding at this time and avoiding inflammatory comments. Now that this is the time for all of us to keep the Lungu family in our thoughts and prayers as we mourn the loss of former president, issued by Patrick Chagwa, Secretary to the Cabinet. So that's the Secretary to the Cabinet simply saying, in as much as that's the verdict that has been given by the Constitutional Court, the engagement between The Zambian government and the Lungu family has continued. Obviously, that news headline circulated everywhere else, and it was confirmed by Makebi Zulu. So these are the two people that were tasked, if you remember from my previous podcast, where the Zambian government stated only all communications from the Zambian side will be coming through Secretary to the Cabinet, that's Mr. Patrick Kanga, the man you saw on the screen earlier on. Whilst all communications with regard to the Lungu family will be coming through Makebi Zulu, the man that you currently see on screen there. And so the Lungu family confirms that government has reached out for burial negotiations. So it seems like they are negotiating again. The family of the late President Edgar Chagwa Lungu has confirmed that the government has formally reached out to them in a bid to open negotiations over the ongoing burial dispute. In a statement issued by family spokesperson lawyer Makebi Zulu, the Lungu family acknowledged that Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Patrick Kangwa, had initiated contact with the family to begin formal dialogue. So the Lungu family has confirmed the statement issued by Mr. Patrick Kangwa to say they are talking, just like the president had said early in the morning, to say he had tasked a delegation to go and re-engage conversations. So as we go, we've got a number of days before the weekend. So we've got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if we reach an agreement, then we will know whether the body will be coming back this week or next week. If not, I'm pretty sure the Supreme Court will have to decide when they're going to have this court hearing. New dates will be announced. But from the look of things, it seems like both sides are now willing to compromise on certain things to make sure they reach an amicable solution. It has to be a win-win and lose-lose of some parts. Everyone has to compromise on certain things here to reach an agreement. If it's all stand on the positions where they stood, where they're not willing to make any changes, then we are just simply going back in circles, and this political and now court case drama will simply continue. Otherwise, if we're to have the funeral process, both sides, the Lungu family and the Zambian government, will have to come to a compromise, and then the body might be coming to Zambia. What is there's a page that put up that statement, say even in Ndambo will get tired. There's friends of HH, they say even Ndambo will get tired of helping them. So they are alleging to say the person that has been funding their stay in South Africa is James Ndambo, to which Mausampa responded immediately. One thing that Mausampa does not tolerate is putting the name of James Ndambo in disrepute. He holds him in high regard, and he says, hands off Ndambo, stop this witch hunt, support Zambian businessmen and women to create essential jobs. So he's simply referring to say this is the fight. We've been trying to fight James Ndambo for a while. He has nothing to do. The Lungu family has not stated to say their stay in South Africa is funded by him. No, what's that jet that was hired privately that was supposed to transport his body hired by James Ndambo. So Mausampa is simply saying, stop implicating a man that has never had any political ambitions or been in active politics. So, and then he makes some allegations. He tags the president and the rest of the UPND there. That's the material member of parliament there in his post in response to that group, which is called Friends for HH, which says James Ndambo get tired of that. While the NRC scammer letters in the mass newspaper, and then Kangombe aiming for presidency. Seems like a number of people are targeting presidency this 2026. Nachisuka. Everyone is feeling like a presidential candidate. And as we remember, Rupia Banda's niece also stated she's contending for or running for presidency as we head into the elections next year. And then what's in the Daily Nation, this guard against Patriotic Front destruction. Obviously, the party there seems to be shaking as everyone is trying to be president within the party itself also. And that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we stand with regard to the body of the late president. So government and the Lungu family are talking. Let's wait and see what yields from those talks. Otherwise, if both sides just come with unwillingness to compromise on their standpoints, this court case is proceeding. But otherwise, an agreement might be reached, and we might bury the former president, very soon. I'm pretty sure the dates will be communicated, as I've said. They will come through Makebi Zulu and the Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Patrick Kangwa. And that's the news.